Hello, hello everyone. I can see Agir, Mohamed, Manu, Iotam, Mohamed, Subra, Josia. Please let me know on a scale from 1 to 10 how is my audio. Mainly my audio. Please. Type here for me on a scale from 1 to 10 how is my audio for you guys. Please. And I'll check here too. Wonderful. So we have participants from Namibia, South Africa, Puerto Rico. That's amazing. So first of all, audio is great. And now please, wonderful, let me know how is my image. Hello everyone. Hello everybody. How is my image, please? Yeah, we are doing good. Wonderful. Excellent. Excellent. Perfect. So now I have a question. Let's get started with a question. Please let me know if you've heard about Ishikawa. So please, on a scale from 0 to 10, where 0 is Marcelo, I've never heard about Ishikawa. It's the very first time, and 10 means I've applied. I had a chance to, I know what is Ishikawa and I have applied Ishikawa. Please let me know where are you on a scale from 0 to 10 so I can have an idea. Excellent. Perfect. I am just a little bit curious because I'm using another mic, and I think this new mic that I'm using reduces the noise. So let me just check here. Yeah. I think it's better. It's better. There is a little bit of white noise, but it's much better. Wonderful. It's really about continuous improvement, right? It's really about continuous improvement. Excellent. We are here. On top of everything, we are here to help you to improve your employability. I really want to guarantee that Yotam, Christian, Suleiman, Alexander, Vimbanaj, Josia, with the content that I'm presenting here, at the end of the day, all of you guys feel that your employability has increased. And why? Because I want to add some value in the direction of making you a better problem solver. So we are really talking about problem solving. And when we talk about problem solving, we need to touch the concept of root cause. We really need to touch the concept of root cause. So all problems, they have a source, at least one source. They have at least one factor that directly impacts the effect. So if I'm talking about percentage of defective units in a production line, or percentage of defective reports on a service industry, for sure there is a factor or a group of factors that drive the effect. Okay? Wonderful. So we need to be really experts in finding root causes. Please let me know if that makes sense. Please type here for me if this introduction makes sense for you. We are talking about problem solving. Yeah? Perfect. And why do we want to reach root causes? We want to reach root causes really because if we can address the problem by touching the root cause, we increase the probability of really sustainably solving the problem. We don't want to keep, using what we call band-aid approach. Fix and then we fix it, fix and then we fix again, and then we fix again, and then one more time. We are pretty much reworking. We don't like that. We prefer to solve in a way that the result is sustainable. Yeah? And normally, employers pay very well professionals that know how to solve problems in a sustainable way. Companies, the corporate world likes professionals that know how to solve problems in a sustainable way. Yeah? So the topic that we'll be touching today is connected to root cause. Ishikawa. It's the last name of Professor Kaoru Ishikawa. For sure, one of the most important quality gurus of all times. Strongly influenced by Edwards Deming. Some authors say that there was an influence from Joseph Juran as well. And maybe Joseph Juran, Edwards Deming, Kaoru Ishikawa, and Feigenbaum, maybe we can place these four as the most important quality gurus of all times. Okay? And one of the most important contributions from Kaoru Ishikawa in his book from 1964, Kaoru Ishikawa was always passionate for the quality control topic, yes, in general quality management as well, and he proposed the 7 basic tools for problem solving, to solve problems. And more than that, he said that with these 7 basic quality tools, you can solve a huge number of problems in corporations. Yeah. Again, some literature suggests 90%, some literature suggests 85% of the problems could be solved using these 7 basic quality tools. And one of these tools is Ishikawa diagram. That is also known as cause and effect diagram, and also known as fishbone diagram. Okay, and why fishbone? Why fishbone diagram? And I want to make it super simple, super simple. Okay, you will find softwares where you can build your Ishikawa, even with Minitab you can build your Ishikawa, but I want to keep this super simple. And let me show here why it became so famous with this name, fishbone diagram. And let's build this together, okay? I have here, let me see if I can make it better. Why do we call this fishbone diagram? Why do we call this fishbone diagram? It's really because you have the effect, okay? You have the effect. I think I'm gonna play again with a terrible problem that we had here in Brazil. Who remembers what happened here in 2014 in the World Cup. No, I'll not use this. I'll not use this. Let me use another example here. Let me use let me use yeah. Michele, thank you so much, Michele. Obrigado. Michele Grazi is one of the best green belt students I have. She's wonderful. Thank you so much, Michele. Thanks for being here. She's running now. Now I'll be talking about Michele. Michele, I'm sorry for putting you on spot. You know. Oh my God, Michele. She works in a group of hospitals. You know, and one of her projects had as a CTQ as a Y, the lead time for for attend for patients in hospitals in emergency to reduce, to reduce the waiting time for patients specifically on emergency. Yeah, so beautiful project, and I'm very happy to have you here, Michele. Okay, and I feel honored to have you as one of my students. Thank you so much. As many of you guys, I know that here for sure I have yellow belts, green belts, white belts. By the way, if possible, please type here for me, where are you in the Lean Six Sigma journey? Okay, where are you in the Lean Six Sigma journey? Yeah, while I draw here why this tool is very well known as fishbone diagram. Yeah, fishbone diagram. So I'm gonna put here the let me use the example, inspired by Michelle. Okay, by Michelle. Let's suppose at the beginning of the project she had long waiting time on emergency hospitals, and we are talking about hospitals. Yeah, long waiting time. For the patient. And then let me use here a different color. Yeah. I can start brainstorming here for you guys. Please type here for me. Why do you think we have, long waiting time on emergency, emergency room in hospitals? Why? Type here for me. Why do you think we have? So we'll be brainstorming here. Yeah? And then after we brainstorm on the causes, yeah? On the causes, I can place these causes, and I'll call these potential causes. And you will understand why I'm calling these potential causes. Yeah, we like to place these potential causes. Like this. It's not mandatory. It's not, but it became super famous. Super famous. I think, yeah, beautiful. Like this. See? And then I can start populating. So see, we have a lot of, thank you so much guys for your engagement. Thank you so much. So we have many patients, shortage of staff, so we don't have the number of people that we should have. Yeah. We had inadequate nurse doctors, limited examination rooms, poor process, shortage of doctors, insufficient doctor numbers of incoming, poor triage techniques, manpower shortage, not enough doctors. See? And then we can start populating. We can start populating the causes here. Yeah, we can start populating the causes here. And then I can say, for example, poor triage, patient triage. Yeah. So when they come in, we don't know exactly, the initial analysis is not good, So we don't know how to handle the initial analysis. We can say that there is a lack of material. So because we are lacking material, the internal lead time is long, so there is an effect on the emergency. Yeah. Then we can argue that there is, for example, lack of knowledge to the with love, okay, nurses and doctors. Yeah. We can argue that there is a poor layout, yeah, or inadequate layout. We can argue that lack of KPI, key performance indicator. So we don't know how much time. We don't have the information that people were there for a long time. We don't have this information. Yeah. For example. So I have one, take a look. I have one for method, poor triage, lack of material itself, lack of knowledge. Now I'm talking about people. Yeah. Inadequate layout. Now I'm talking about environment. Lack of KPI. I'm talking about a measurement system. Yeah. And then I have the last one, that is machine. So I can argue that I have old equipment, so the internal processes are delayed, and because of this we have a negative impact in the front end. Okay, in the front end. So see, I have potential causes, yeah, and I have effect. Again, please type here for me if we are on the same page, if you got that. We have axis, we have factors, potential factors that would impact my process in a way that patients would be waiting, for a long time on emergency areas, emergency rooms, yeah, in hospitals. Yeah, type here for me. Yeah, we have the 6 M's, perfect, Mohammed. We will find 7 M's as well, like including management. Yeah, it's very famous, management, you can include. Even knowing that if you place your boss as the root cause, you can be in trouble at some point. You may be in trouble, but yeah, you can place 7 M's. Yeah, and sometimes we do not use M's just because environment. Then some people adapt environment to Mother Nature, and the expression manpower, I think it's a thing from the past. Yes, manpower, I think it's not the best expression nowadays, right? It's really Minitab uses personal. Yeah. We can use people. Yeah. people. Yeah. Wonderful. And then my question for you guys is, when you look at this drawing here, it looks like what? It looks like what? It looks like a fishbone. Yeah, so that's why Ishikawa diagram is very known. Yeah, it's synonym. It's synonym. Uh, Ishikawa diagram, fishbone diagram, and cause and effect diagram. Yeah? Yes? Does it make sense? Perfect. Yeah. Now, I want to share few insights with you. The first insight, and maybe you want to take note. By the way, I think I will write down here the insights. Do you think this is a good idea? I think it's a good idea, right? I have 5 insights for you. Five insights. Yeah, the first insight is, this is not a root cause tool. Believe me, this is not a root cause tool. Believe me. This is not a root cause tool. Ishikawa diagram is not a root cause tool. This is a potential cause tool. So we will be using Ishikawa to populate potential cause. So please, ladies and gentlemen, do not jump straight from Ishikawa to your action plan. I'll say again, do not jump straight from your Ishikawa to the action plan. Why? Because root causes must be validated with data. Root causes must be validated with data. So if you argue that the long waiting time on emergency rooms is happening because the equipment inside the hospital, the equipments are old, you will need to prove this with data. You will need to, even with simulated data, but you need to run, for example, pilots with new equipment versus lead time with old equipments. Yeah. If you argue that the long waiting time is because we are lacking nurses, before you hire more nurses, you will need to pilot, you need to validate this with data. Again, even if you use FlexSim, for example, a simulator for flows, for production flows, or for service as well. And then you run, for example, a hypothesis test and check if the p-value is less than 0.05. So please do not jump from Ishikawa straight to your action plan, because the risk of not being assertive is high. You want to be assertive. You definitely want to be assertive. Yeah? So please type here for me if that makes sense for you. Ishikawa is not a root cause tool. It's a potential cause tool. Okay? Type here for me, please. Yeah? Perfect. Does it make sense? Does it make sense for you? Because if you jump straight from Ishikawa, if you see, this is very common. This is very common. People place a lot of experts in a meeting room, start diverging about the causes, write down the causes, and from this point start building the action plan. Who had a chance to see this kind of approach? This is guessing. This is guessing. And the problem with guessing is the risk of making mistakes, of taking actions that at the end of the day will not solve our problem. The risk is high. The risk is high. So you definitely do not want, okay, to take this risk. Let me see here. Perfect. For potential cause. Excellent. 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 Perfect. Yeah? Wonderful. Wonderful. My second recommendation when you are running an Ishikawa is when you are populating the potential cause, you can start there is no I am not against brainstorming. You can place the experts in a meeting room and run brainstorming. If you don't know what's a brainstorming, it's pretty much a technique to extract from the people that are there involved ideas, potential solutions, problems to be solved, and also potential causes. There is a version of brainstorm named brainwriting, when you have like hierarchy roadblocks among the participants, and then you can just ask them to write down on post-its, and then you place on a parking lot, and then you can check later. Or we can do this nowadays digitally very easily. Yeah, very easily. The only problem is that when you ask separately from different people, you will need to deduplicate, because there will be a lot of duplications. Yeah. My second insight has to do with these mechanics. You can run brainstorming, but normally these meetings where you are asking for potential causes, you'll be touching fragilities of the processes. And what do you think? Do you think this is comfortable, mainly if you have the process owner in the meeting room? Do you think this is comfortable or not? A potential cause brainstorming meeting tends to be something friendly, super friendly and high energy, it flows naturally or not? What do you think? So there is a good chance that when you start a brainstorming about potential cause, there is a good chance that you have emotional reactions, that you have many participants on a defensive mode, that you start seeing people debate, because see, what's the first rule of brainstorming? The first rule of brainstorming, there is no judgment. There is no judgment about the items. So if anyone presents, a potential cause, we should just go ahead and write down cheese bread, or let's suppose someone says it's taking a long time for the patients, to be there in an emergency area. It's taking a long time. Why? And then someone says, because the wall is painted in white and it should be blue. So, something that apparently doesn't make any sense, and maybe doesn't make any sense at all. If you are the leader of the project, you should just go ahead and write down. But in reality, this is very hard. This is very hard. I had a chance to lead slash mentor more than 500 Lean Six Sigma projects across the globe in 20 years. I've seen a lot of potential calls, brainstorm, meeting, ending very badly, very badly, very badly. And then it was after the BB certification from ASQ in 2015. I had a chance to be in a training in the United States, an American Society for Quality Training, and the instructor, she was talking about the beauty and the power of one-to-one conversations. And then I started applying these on my projects, and the result was incredible. And then I started sharing these with my mentees, with the people that I was coaching, and they loved, the vast majority loved, So I want to share this with you. When you are populating your Ishikawa, if you have 10 people that you would invite to a potential calls meeting, please cancel the meeting. Cancel the meeting. Yes, and schedule 10 one-to-ones. I know you'll be spending much more time, but you will be amazed to see the richness, the quality of the information that you will get from these one-to-one conversations. So again, my recommendation when you are populating, let me write down here. When you are populating your Ishikawa, please focus on multiple one-to-ones versus running meetings to define potential, to list potential calls. Okay? You will see, and you will be amazed to see the results that you get when you start populating your Ishikawa with one-to-ones. And the reason is very simple. Okay? Thank you, Madeline. Thank you. You struggle to extract from people. It does on occasion, does not some way argue that some of the proposition has not been accurate. Yes, Julio, but see, some people can argue, but remember, now we are talking about potential causes. So it's brainstorming. So, I mean, we should not reject any idea, not at this point. Because, see, if you are my green belt, I don't know if we have here any green belt from MF, my green belt. I don't know if there is any green belt that I am teaching, but after we populate the potential cause, we have techniques to prioritize the potential cause and then to validate or reject the root cause, what we'll be calling root cause. So even if someone presents something that doesn't make any sense, no problem. No problem, because at some point we'll be filtering, because we'll be narrowing down the list of potential cause, yeah, for what we call most critical or critical potential cause, and then root cause, yeah. Why? I mean, type here for me. Why do you think I am suggesting? I am suggesting to have one-to-one conversations with Philip, with Rick, with Mohammed. Why do you think I am recommending this? Because if I have a chance to have a coffee with Mohammed Salah, and I am being extremely professional, meaning I am protecting the source, because see guys, we are investigators. We are detectives. So one of the most important elements in any problem solving initiative is the source. In many of my projects, the root cause was flagged by a person. And then we collected data, validated with statistics, and beautiful. But the initial, if you did the white belt with me, the case study that I present on day one, yeah, on the multi-wired cables for wiring harness in automotive sector, it was flagged by an operator, by a person, yeah. So if you have a chance to have this one-to-one conversation, and please, and I say, Mohammed, please open up your heart. Open up your heart. You can tell it like it's a Vegas mode, what happens here in this meeting, will on a personal point of view, will stay here. We'll be protecting, the source. We'll be protecting the source. Yeah. Very good question from Sola. So how do you find the balance between cross-functional teams and silos in this kind of scenario? See that at this point, we are still investigating the crime. It's really like investigating the crime. So we need to guarantee that the solutions, are defined in a way that, like multiple point of views will be contributing. So for solutions, wonderful, improve phase. I am a huge fan. Brainstorming events, even events, 1-day event, 2-day events, Because after you collect the information from multiple one-to-ones, you will be building a picture. You will be building a picture in terms of root causes. And after you validate with data, the root causes, many times you will not seek for approval from everybody. Differently from solution. Solution, you will prefer to have the approval of as many involved people as possible. But for root cause, no. Because unfortunately, many times, the root cause will, this is common, guys. This is common. Many times the root cause is known, and sometimes a department or a person is hiding. This is real world. This is corporate real world. Sometimes it happens, The root cause is known. And then you need to investigate, and again, validate with data. And this kind of mentality, it's not like, now, let's run an event to talk about the fact. I had a chance to work on a company where the root cause for the high cost of AT&T, I don't know if you guys remember, if you guys remember that. AT&T, before Zoom, before internet connection was much, much better as we have today. We used to have these numbers, AT&T numbers, to make international phone calls. And then we saw in Malaysia, there was, the cost increased quite a lot. And then we started a Lean Six Sigma project, and the root cause was one senior executive was using his AT&T code to talk to two lovers. So he had two lovers, you know. I mean, we cannot brainstorm that. We cannot brainstorm. I cannot open up, you know, a meeting and say, okay, now let's brainstorm. Why is the cost so high for AT&T? And then someone raises his hand and says, you know what? I think that executive has a lover, not one lover, two lovers. Two lovers, yeah. And he's using the code not for business meeting, for the company, but to talk to, you know, this is extremely sensitive information. Extremely sensitive information. And it will not show up. It will not show up. Differently from having a list of validated root causes, if you have a list of validated root causes, and then you place the root causes in advance to experts, and then you plan an event for next week, in 2 weeks, you know. So please, let's brainstorm solutions. Let's see how can we find ways, you know, to avoid this kind of situation. People using the AT&T codes for personal reasons, you know. Let's see if we can make any sort of, you know, quality control or sampling quality control. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. And normally root cause. I remember there was a project here close to my city on an automotive sector industry, that we found the root. We were not reusing metal bars. We were not reusing. We used to reuse, but for some reason we stopped reusing. You know, it was funny. And then we started investigating, and we saw that in the purchase, you know, procurement department, there was one guy, corruption is one of the possible root cause, guys, in any country. Yeah, corruption is a subgroup of the manpower of people. You know, this is possible. It is possible. And you, as a green belt, for example, you must address that. And believe me, you don't want to validate this root cause with a brainstorming. No, this is a silently work. You know, you will be running this work silently. You know, it's kind of Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes does not schedule a meeting. He would not schedule a meeting in London with 10, 15 people and, hey, why do you think this crime happened? Guess, you know, let's brainstorm who killed this person, you know? No. When he talks to people, most of the time, you know, it's one-to-ones. I know it can sound a little bit counterintuitive. Again, I've spent 15 years of my professional life, from 2001 to 2015, running, you know, like potential calls, meeting, brainstormings, you know. I have to tell you, it improved significantly, you know, after I met this instructor. Coincidentally, her name was Michelle as well, from ASQ, American Society for Quality, and she was talking about the beauty. and the power of running one-to-ones, okay? One-to-ones. Yeah, are we on the same page? There are a lot of comments. Thank you so much. There's openness and more information. Yes, see what Rachel said. There will be more openness and more information will be extracted. Yeah? Because many times, see, this is crazy. Edwards Deming, 14 points of Edwards Deming. One of the most important points out of these 14 that he presented is you need to eliminate fear. Eliminate fear. And unfortunately, many times employees are working kind of afraid of the, of their bosses, afraid of saying things that he or she should not be saying. So when you have this one-to-one and the person trusts you, yeah, and again, you must be professional, and you must protect the source. Many times you'll be given the opportunity for the person to say things that he or she would love to say for years. And be prepared for that. If you decide to follow my recommendation of running one-to-ones, be prepared. Sometimes they cry. They get emotional. Yeah, because, again, the truth is 100% in operations. 100%. It's there. In the office or in the production line, it's there. The operators know. They know. They know about things. And we'll be using process mapping techniques, measurement system analysis, capability analysis, control charts, root cause analysis. If you are a green belt, you know everything that I'm talking about here. Why? Just to maximize, the extraction of the information that is already there. And obviously to validate. Yeah? Bruno. Beautiful. Thank you so much. How do you deal with corruption as a root cause in government place? Wow. Yeah, that's a good one, Peter. That's a good one because, see, I don't know if you guys know, but that the author with the highest number of citations in the planet is Gigi Anthony. He is the man. If you like Lean Six Sigma, you must touch at some point Gigi Anthony's work. He's the man. And I am having the honor, the pleasure to be part of his research team since 2018. Right now we have 9 or 10 papers published together. I think he has now more than 30,000 citations. And Peter, Gigi is very much into applying Lean Six Sigma in higher education institutions, yes, but he talks a lot about public sector. It is maybe, Peter, the most challenging place to apply Lean Six Sigma, but at the same time, maybe it's the richer, it's the place with the highest amount of, volume of opportunities. I have a friend here in my city that Alexandre, our if you are a Greenbelt student, you know Alexandre Fonseca. He had a chance to run a project in I think he acted as a consultant to a friend of mine that is working directly with the mayor of my city, and they did an amazing work. And he was working directly, with the finance department. Because Peter, the maybe one of the most critical challenges, in public sector, especially when we are talking about government places, is that sometimes the solution is related to, unfortunately, to changing people. And this is very hard in public sector, very hard and sometimes impossible. This is one. Second, Second, culture, culturally, yeah, normally public sectors in general. When we talk about the culture of culture, I mean the natural desire to make things better. Normally it's hard. It's harder, to get to develop this kind of good culture in public sector, but it's full of opportunities, full of opportunities. Yeah. Professor Marcelo, do you recommend any particular method or any particular optimal medium to document these potential root cause? Julio, I will tell you, but it's only my opinion, Julio. I don't like the format of Fishbone. I don't like. I prefer the simple 6 columns. And then you just write down, so in the one-to-ones, digitally, this is for sure a document that very few people should have access. And again, protect the source. When you write down, Julio, please try to do not associate the name. Yeah? Do not associate the name. So if this file, kind of leaks, nobody knows who said that, just to protect the source. Because again, depending on the cultural environment, it can be very, you can damage, the career of a person. I had a chance to work in a place where in these one-to-ones, they were kind of almost, yeah, I'll talk to you, Marcelo, but please don't let my boss know that I am talking this to you. See? And then if you have this kind of, environment, you need to play accordingly, and then you need to protect the source. Yeah. Beautiful. Yes, Dr. Gidio Anthony. Now he's in Abu Dhabi. He's originally from India, and he did an amazing job in Scotland, Heriot-Watt University, and now he's in Abu Dhabi. If you like Lean Six Sigma, you need at some point. And if you find Gidio Anthony on LinkedIn, you can message him and say, I am a Professor Marcelo Fernandes student, and I want to connect to you. And I feel very confident that he will accept your request. Okay, Gidio Anthony, and please deep dive in his work. He publishes a lot of papers, and he's definitely the man. He's the man. Okay, yeah. So first insight, Ishikawa diagram is not a root cause tool. Second insight, when you are populating your Ishikawa, please focus on multiple one-to-ones. Who didn't know that and liked this tip? Type here for me. I liked this tip. Please. Yeah? Wonderful. Run multiple one-to-ones. My third insight for you is my third insight. So, insight 1. Insight 1. Insight 2. And then we have insight 3. The list of potential causes must be as messy as possible. What is messy? The items must be mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive. Okay, so what is mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive? See, Mutually exclusive means there is no duplication. So again, when you are running one-to-ones, very likely you have duplicated items. So you can either eliminate one and keep just another one, or write down in a different way that you approach the two potential causes. Yes? So mutually exclusive. One potential cause is not connected to the other. It does not overlap the other. Yeah? And collectively exhaustive means we did not forget anything. And the insight number 3 has to do with insight number 4. Do you guys think it is possible to have an Ishikawa that you say, wow, I can guarantee that all potential causes are here? Do you think this is possible or not? Type here for me. It is possible to have an Ishikawa where we can say it's not missing anything. I can guarantee that it is an exhaustive list. Do you think it is possible? Yes or not? It is not possible. Matogonolo, it's not possible. I agree with you. It is not possible. So knowing why it is not possible, guys, in fact, I mean, we will never know if the Ishikawa is complete. We'll never know. Because the insights are coming from people. So my recommendation, that's insight number 4, is keep your Ishikawa as a living document. What's a living document? What is a living document? Living document means anyone can add new potential causes at any time. Anyone can add new potential causes at any time. So once again, when you are running, when you are building, you are populating your Ishikawa, it is practically impossible to guarantee that your list is collectively exhaustive. That's why I wrote here, the list of potential causes must be as messy as possible. Because in theory, you will not be able to guarantee, that the list is completely exhaustive. So how do you address this limitation? Keep your Ishikawa as a living document. What does it mean? What does it mean? Tell people that anytime, like in the movies, the detectives, they say, if you remember anything else, please call me. Please call me. The same thing, especially if you are a green belt. And again, another limitation of running this as a meeting, because when you run as a meeting, so now we need to finish, and that's it. So keep it as a living document so people can come back and talk to you at any time. Yeah? Perfect. You can update or add or change at any time. Jimashu. Perfect. Yeah. Does it make sense? Yeah. Are we on the same page? Are you guys enjoying so far? Yeah. And my last insight for you guys is please do not discuss format nor AMS. Please do not fall in this trap of no, this is material, no, this is method, no, this is machine, and then you spend like 30 minutes, 40 minutes debating because no, these potential calls should be placed here, material should be placed here, manpower should be placed here. No, I don't like guys, this is waste. Don't waste your time. Place the potential calls anywhere. The M's are there to help you populating the Ishikawa, mainly to have a list that is as collectively exhaustive as possible. The classification doesn't matter if you put manpower or material or machine, doesn't matter. Come on. Another thing that I still see in my mentees, in my coaches, and I say, please stop that. Put anywhere, doesn't matter. This is one. So in terms of AMS and in terms of format, so please run from analysis paralysis, run from that. In terms of form as well, sometimes they want to have like this beautiful fishbone, extremely symmetric, and if there is no guys, it doesn't matter if you used the fishbone diagram itself or if you just opened up an Excel and started listing, or if you used post-its, doesn't matter, okay? Again, so do not operate, do not fall in this trap of spending a lot of energy in discussing formats nor AMS, okay? Nor AMS. You can place anywhere. Once again, Ishikawa is not a root cause tool. It's a potential cause tool. Do not jump straight from Ishikawa to action plan. Do not jump straight from Ishikawa to action plan. Yeah? You must prioritize potential cause and validate with data. Yeah? This is one. Second one, when you are populating your Ishikawa one-to-ones, that, by the way, that was the topic that I've spent the majority of my time today, because it's super critical and it's kind of counterintuitive. Yeah, but believe me, it's powerful. Yeah, and then you can group the people at the end to present the potential calls that were collected. Try to have a list as messy as possible. So please deduplicate and try to populate as much as possible, keeping your Ishikawa as a living document. And please do not fall into this trap of spending a lot of time in terms of format or AMS. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this session as much as I did. I don't know, I cannot understand how 6 minutes ran so fast. Thank you very, very much for your engagement here in our chat. Yeah, I'll be traveling next week. There will be an event, a Minitab conference in the Netherlands. I'm flying to Europe on Saturday, and I'll spend the entire week next week in this event. Yeah, so very likely we will not have our live, our session next week, but we'll be back as soon as possible. And once again, it's such a pleasure to have you all here with this warm chat, and I am delighted to see so many people engaged and interested in becoming better leaders, becoming better problem solvers. Yeah, and I really hope that you got a little bit better. And I love to ask this: if you can give me from 0 to 10, where were you before this session in terms of Ishikawa, and where are you now from on a scale from 0 to 10? So I can have an idea, a flavor of the immediate, impact that this session brought to you all. And once again, thank you so much, Júlio. Paulo Rotella, obrigado, meu amigo. Madeline, thank you so much. Princess, thank you so much. Abiero, thank you. Pachi, thank you. Philip, thank you so much. Lumosi, thank you. Sola, thank you so much. Mohammed, thank you so much. Simpson, thank you. Such a pleasure. Bye bye, guys. See you soon.